keep waking up every day fighting. And I get knocked down every day. And I get back up and I fight again. Just to get knocked back down. And I repeat this over and over and over and over. Until it gets to a point where I feel overwhelmed. I feel exhausted. I feel weak. I feel lost, confused. And I don't know what to do next. These are the thoughts of many of the people who suffer from depression, many of the people who question their life. They feel that at every moment they're being knocked down. If you are one of those people who feel like you're being knocked down and getting up is becoming harder and harder and harder, then reach out and get help. Contact the Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. You don't even have to be the person actually going through it. Maybe you're somebody who's already dealt with this and you just need some new reassurance. Or maybe you're a person who has lost somebody to suicide and you need somebody to talk to. Reach out and get help. And if for some reason, some odd, strange reason, you just can't seem to get the right help here, or maybe you're afraid to do that. Maybe you're afraid to talk to somebody there. Then reach out to me. I am more than willing to go through this fight with you. I am more than willing to be in the trenches with you on this war. Simple message of we need to talk is all I need. That's all I need. And I will make myself available to you. So before you make a decision that we have to live with, make one that you can live with and get help.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
What's going on, Pride Nation, and welcome back to another Field Review podcast show where we talk all things what? Detroit Lions football. Now, let me just go ahead and put this out here. People, if you're looking at the thumbnail, you know that my thumbnails are usually a giveaway to something I'm going to talk about. It's going to be something pertaining to it. But this is a little bit different. Because I have a lot to cover in a very short period of time, I'm going to jump right into it and knock out who's in the building with us and get it going. First things first, the people in the building with me. Let me holler them out real quick. We got Ghost Gunner, Looney Tune. We got my man Quin, that fan man in the building. Detroit Madam in the building. Dan is in the building. No, okay. Shout out to you, says Luke, baby Jesus G. I respect it. We got my man Curt Romero in the building. D-Map Zoom, one funky Lions fan. Frank Anthony from Roar Lions UK is out there. It says 2 Luke streams in 2 days. Today is a good day. Hey, what up, though, Luke? I know. I didn't think it was going to happen, but we here. 1991, Max Stagg is in the building. Kyle Webb, Bo Gary's in the building. Sheldon McCray, Adam Bucart is in the building. Rob Swift is in the building. Super Saiyan Lion is in the building. Marcus Robinson, Jello's in the building. Make sure I miss somebody. Craig Bevins, James Tansley is in the building. Listen, we're going to be talking about it all because there's some things going on that we got to talk about. It's some shift in the damn universe. The Matrix has had a glitch, people. Things are changing and in ways that I didn't think were possible. Now, let me be clear. I am going to start this off with the biggest news of the day, although there's some even bigger news for Lions fans. I thought this was big news. The biggest news of today is a trade that I did not see coming. I just didn't see it. Let me get this on the screen. All right, let me get this all up here. All right. This is crazy to me. Russell Wilson of the Seattle Seahawks was traded to the Denver Broncos. I want you to be clear. Look at what they gave up in this trade. Seattle gives up a 4th-round pick in Russell Wilson, and in return, they get 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a 5th, although I'm hearing that this could possibly be a 4th. So that's 5 total picks. They get quarterback Drew Lock. defensive tackle Shelby Harris, and tight end Noah Fant. 5 picks, 3 players. And in case you was wondering, Denver picks 9th in the draft. Here's my initial thoughts to this and what it means for the Lions. And this is just me being 100% honest. Bravo. Good job by the Seattle Seahawks for understanding that I need to get the most value out of a player. I think the NFL has gotten to a point where these damn quarterbacks have lost their damn mind. They're too ticky-tacky. They get the highest contracts. They get all the love. They get all the glory when they win, rarely get the blame, and I find it funny. I find it funny that people are acting as if though anything is different. But what I find more funny is this. I haven't seen a single article. I haven't seen a single person say this. No one has brought up the fact that with the amount that Denver has given up, they have to win a Super Bowl. Nobody brought this up. The biases went out the window. Stafford had to win a Super Bowl the very first year. Where's that energy at for him and Aaron Rodgers? I digress. The biggest thing about this that is opening it up is this. I honestly think that with the new draft capital that they have, the fact that they now have Drew Lock and they're going to try to get their quarterback of the future, I think the Lions just had another team enter into the sweepstakes to trade up for the 2nd overall pick. I believe that if you took all the capital that the Seahawks have, the Lions could mess around and not only go from 2 to 9, but go from 2 to 9, and on top of going from 2 to 9, pick up an additional first in next year's draft. They now have options. The crazier part about it is I think what Seattle did was a brilliant move. Russell Wilson, since Marshawn Lynch left, has not done squat. He has been about as much of a Matthew Stafford player as anybody else. He has been about as much of an Aaron Rodgers player as anybody else. He has not won anything since the run game died. This right here is a good move by them. Now, on the other end of the Denver Broncos, they need for this to work out because at some point, this is going to do it. And if the idea is that the Seattle Seahawks are gearing up to take Malik Willis or Pickett or whatever the name is, I'm telling you right now, they are in a good position to get that guy, whether they trade up or not, or if they feel that somebody else wants to jump them, we now have another trade partner. But this news is huge. It's big for the Lions because one of the things that we don't look at is how much is it affecting the Lions? And the reality is it's huge. The Seattle Seahawks do not have to sit there and wait for things to fall to them. They can trade up. And the question now becomes, are you as a Lion fan okay with the Lions going from 2 to 9? Because I can assure you that if they go from 2 to 9, I know exactly the player they should take. Right? Because I don't think Kyle Hamilton will last till 9. I don't think so. If he did, what a blessing. I don't think he'll last. But are you, and I'm talking to you in the chat, you listening who's going to be at work afterwards, the replay game people, I'm talking to you. Are you as a fan okay with them going from 2 to 9, knowing that you're still going to keep your pick at 32, you'll have pick 9, and you can potentially pick up an additional first in next year's draft? You could potentially pick up an additional first in next year's draft. If the answer to that is yes, then we ain't got nothing else to talk about because I'm in agreement with you. I do love me some Kyle Hamilton. Make no mistakes about it, right? I think he can change a lot of things. But the idea of having multiple picks in next year's draft, to me, is more enticing because if I want to trade up, I'll have it. Now, I personally think if that did happen, I think that they're going to select George Karlaftis at 9. It's going to come down to him and Nakobe Dean. I'm 100% sure that if they trade with Seattle to move back to 9, Seattle moves up to get their guy, I think they go George Karlaftis or Nakobe Dean. And this is huge because you got to think, Seattle has capital now. They have capital. And I'm okay with that because I'm willing to look at the bigger picture. I really am. But then something else happened. Something else happened that created this roster reset that made me go, what's really going on here? Just when I thought I couldn't get enough good news, this happens. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, Aaron Rodgers agrees to a deal with the Green Bay Packers for $200 million over 4 years with $153 million guaranteed. And it freed up some money for them. Now, with the salary cap going up, they were roughly, according to this article, they were roughly about $26 million over the cap. And with his new deal being freeing up some more room, they turned around and did the following. Franchise tag Devontae Adams, which reportedly will cost them between 18 and 20 million of their already existing cap. Not to mention that he would then have to turn around and sign the damn tag, which means that they're right back to where they started in cap hell. You can't keep them all, people. You can't have all of them and do it. We always like to talk about how Matthew Stafford contract was the reason that the Lions roster was bad, blah, 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 blah. Even though he took pay cut after pay cut after pay cut to try to make, we gonna leave that. This right here is a problem because think about it. Now you got the quarterback signed up and he over there looking, Devontae Adams, and he's thinking, well, you don't gave him $50 million a year, huh? I know I'm worth at least about 2022 yearly. And now they're going to have all their money wrapped up into 2 players. That means that people like Zadarius Smith is going to have to be a cap casualty, right? That means that people like what's his damn name? Preston Smith, cap casualty. And if that's not enough good news for you as a Lion fan, if that's not enough for you to get excited, you still get to now look at a division with a team that's going to have cap issues because they also just signed Aaron Jones recently. You're looking at a team who essentially is got to figure it out. They allowed for this man to punk them and take the money. I'd have made him retire. I really would have. I would have made him retire. I wouldn't have traded him. You don't want to play for us? You ain't going to play for nobody. Go ahead and call it a career. Maybe Jeopardy wants you back. But what it did is it set it up into where they're going to be hurting. You don't got to really worry about them in free agency. And then you go over to the Minnesota Vikings, a team that's on a full-out reset. And the Lions have already been 1 year into their rebuild. When the stars are lining up for you, sometimes you got to say yes. You just got to say yes. You got to get excited, and you got to say yes. This is amazing to me. Everything that I did not think would go down went down. Packers lost their mind and going to pay 2 players all their money. Go and talk to the Dallas Cowboys. Tell me how that's working out. They getting ready to have to release one of their high-end players after they paid Dak, Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, and DeMarcus Lawrence. And now they getting ready to release Amari Cooper, DeMarcus Lawrence, because DeMarcus Lawrence refused to take a pay cut. And no, before you go down this road of do we, should we, could we, won't we, I think we can, we ought to get DeMarcus Lawrence. No. I like somebody else's idea that popped up in the Discord. Izzy777 said that he would go out and pay the bag for Harold Landry. And I went, okay, and why you should do that? He said, then that way I got my pass rusher, and then you can go and take the safety at 2. But now we got another player in the game for a trade. And now with you having another player in the game for a trade, I'm thinking a little different. I'm feeling a little bit confident now. Things done change. I want to sign Martin Lawrence. What the if I needed a comedian to help me roast somebody, I definitely want Martin Lawrence. I would sign him immediately. I feel like he would make you feel real bad. But think about this part of it. Everything is lining up for the Lions. We should have a more favorable schedule, per se. With the Bears and the Vikings getting new coaches, that should be favorable in our favor. With the Packers losing their damn mind and getting ready to sell their soul to the devil for 2 players, that's great. Eddie Murphy and Lawrence, you will have me going off track. Let me get back on track. Let me see. Yeah, please stop the bickering. It ain't that serious. Come on, people. It's football. It said, this is why I wait for June 1st, Luke. Most likely some decent players going to get cut, free cap space. And it's one of the reasons why we all should be patient, because everything is lining up. The NFC North, the Lions could easily win the NFC North this year. And that's not me just giving you cap. That's just me telling you, like, look, at the end of the day, look at it. New head coaches. Like, first of all, the Bears got to rebuild their offensive line. They need prayer all day over there. And the Vikings, well, they got some people they got to re-sign too. But let's be honest. They head coaches going to have to learn on the fly too. It just don't make no sense. I'm with you, El Tonio. I mean, it ain't even been long. And they already tripping. I don't get it. But I'm just pointing this out. 3 things happened today that favor the Lions. Lions get a new trade partner in Seattle. Well, Luke, there's no guarantee that the Lions want to trade with Seattle. You think Seattle just looked at the draft and said, you know what, we're going to trade Russell Wilson without having an idea that they're taking one of these quarterbacks? Really? I mean, if you look at all the quarterbacks that they can choose from, if they take Pickett can still run and can still throw. If you take Malik Willis, he can run. I don't think neither Pickett or Malik Willis are intelligent as quarterbacks. They're not up there with the top of the top. But I'm just saying, there's options that I don't think we talk about. Now, obviously, they're not gonna put that same stamp on Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson that they put on Stafford, where he got to win the Super Bowl. But when you talk about giving a guy $200 million and he's 7-9 in the last few years in the playoffs, 11-12 in his whole career in the playoffs, keep getting bounced out regularly. We should be calling him Aaron Stafford. Or what y'all call him? Pat Stafford? Find a name for Aaron Rodgers for patent stats, because he's the regular season king. He's the regular season king. I'm just telling you that with the Seattle Seahawks pulling off what they pull, they now become another person that Lions can pick the phone up and say, what you want to do. But I am at a point where kudos to Seattle for basically telling Russell Wilson, we've paid you. And to be honest, we ain't got our money's worth. We even let Marshawn Lynch walk in favor of you. And we ain't got our money's worth. This is where it gets ridiculous. This is where I start to look at it and say to myself, how does this happen? How does this get overlooked? And then the first thing that happens is we don't see these little signs that point to us. If the Lions can now pick up an additional first and a second this year to move to 9, I mean, what the hell is it going for? I haven't even looked at the damn chart. I haven't looked at none of that stuff yet. I haven't. I agree, Adam. I think he will be. he might be long gone by the time that rebuild gets around. But they have artillery. They have something to work with. And if you telling me that we come out with an additional second, because you imagine if the Lions moved down to 9, got an additional second, a fourth this year, a first next year, to move back 7 spots. And we might be able to get more than that. Might be able to get more than that. Could you imagine if they did that? How much, dude, the possibilities are unlimited. You talk about having a guy that can literally, in Brad Holmes, a guy who can literally find talent in all facets of this game, and now you're going to give him additional picks to move back 7 spots, and you still may have a shot at your top prospect? This is good news. Aaron Rodgers wanted the whole bank. I hope he's ready for what comes with that. Too much is given, as much is expected. Because he ain't done nothing. Now, to move it forward, because I see y'all talking about the franchise tags, just to give you some ideas of some things, some people got franchise tagged. Jesse Bates is no longer on the market. He's been franchise tagged. The Cleveland Browns have franchise tagged David Njoku, which I find funny because they tried to trade him. The Dallas Cowboys used their franchise tag on Dalton Schultz. I mean, he did okay, but good grief, a franchise tag on him? Really? I mean, you couldn't trade. I'm gonna leave that alone. Obviously, Devontae Adams got franchise tag. The Jacksonville Jaguars franchise tag Cam Robinson, and I know a lot of people think that's got to be a sign that they're taking Aiden Hutchinson. I don't really care. I don't. If Jacksonville takes Aiden Hutchinson and they deem him to be the best player in this draft, God bless them. Like, I can't argue the Kyle Hamilton thing no more. I can't. I'll just do like I did with Isaiah Simmons. Sit back and let y'all watch what we could have had go down. Remember, we could have had Aaron Donald. Could have had Odell Beckham Jr. We walked out with Eric Ebron. Just trying to be the smart guys. I'm just going to put it out there. The Kansas City Chiefs franchise tag Orlando Brown, which they needed to, but they gave up. They ain't got no choice. The Dolphins franchise tag Mike Gesicki. I always botch the dude's name. And the New England Patriots did not use their franchise tag on cornerback J.C. Jackson, which means he's probably hitting the market. The Buccaneers, for all you who wanted Chris Godwin, that's over with. You can forget that one. That's done. The Chris Godwin talks is done. Your top receivers right now is probably Allen Robinson. I don't know if you want to go down that road, because if you're thinking about Mike Williams, he re-signed as well. And the Tennessee Titans did not use their tag on Harold Landry, which from Izzy777 in my Discord made a point to sell your soul, get him, get your pass rusher and your edge rusher, and then go out and get Kyle Hamilton at 2 if you stuck there. Okay, cool. I don't think many of you would like that move, but it is what it is. If you got to get one free agent, which is going to bring me to my next point, if you got to get one of these free agents out of this top 100, who are you taking? Devontae Adams, gone. Okay? Godwin, gone. J.C. Jackson, they say he's better as a man coverage guy, but is he worth you spending the big money on? I'm not doing this damn tackle. Orlando, gone. Mike Williams, gone. You want Von Miller? You feel good about Von after the Super Bowl? What about Carlton Davis? Feeling good about him? You want 32-year-old Chandler Jones? Jesse Bates, gone. You willing to get in bed for Tyrann Mathieu? Who is it that you want? You telling me you can have only one free agent signing? Is it Marcus Williams? We need safeties bad. The only two safeties that we have under contract is Brady Breeze, and according to my man Ghost Gunner, it's Brady Breeze because in his eyes, he no longer sees Will Harris as a safety. He's a corner. You have to start to think differently and outside the box. You just have to. And you have to do it in a way where you start to think finances. Don't just fall in love with a player, finances, because many of these players are getting tagged and re-signed. Right? Now, according to Jamal Williams, who somewhat may have been premature in his congratulations, might have let it slip that the Lions are bringing back Tracy Walker, but he needs a compliment. Batman needs Robin. Just like Robin needs Batman. And when you don't have a complimentary to your secondary at the safety position, it gets real muddy. But now you're seeing that many of the people you wanted are no longer available. For some of you, you're going to say, well, we can still take Marcus Williams. Marcus Williams' price just went up. His price just went up. We should have tagged Black Widow. Didn't she die already? For those who didn't see the movie, I'm sorry, spoiler alert. Ain't she already gone? Didn't they get the Soul Stone for her? Just put it out there. But many of the people you want are gone. Who are you taking? You get one free agent. Put it in the chat. One free agent. Who are you putting all your money on to get? Who's going to come in here and fix it? And if you are in the Aiden Hutchinson camp, you should be screaming Harold Landry. If I'm not seeing you scream a edge rusher, I'm starting to wonder, is it just Michigan bias or did you lose your mind? Seriously, who is the guy left that you want? Many of them are already off the market. You want to go out and get Jameis Winston? You want to bring in Randy Gregory, who has grossly been inconsistent constantly over and over? You want to chase Jadeveon Clowney because we know how you feel. Nobody cares up and down. Who was the one guy? If you got to pay one of these free agents big money, and please don't tell me Michael Gallup. Guy coming off a torn ACL. If we're going to do that game, just take the damn dude from Alabama. I don't understand why we're going to play these games. Who's the one guy? I'm giving you the chance to look at him. Many of the people you want are off the board. And the reality is this. Those people who are now becoming number one at their position in free agency, their price tag just went up. Does that change your attitude about what the Lions should do with the number 2 pick if they cannot trade it? I'm sure that everybody universally would love to trade the pick, but what if you can't? If you are in the camp that we should go out and get Jordan Davis because you are amazed that a guy at 341 pounds and 6'7" ran a 4.78 is so amazing, go and get DJ Jones. He kicked our ass all the time. Who was the person? The Lions are in a perfect situation this year. It's almost so perfect that they can't mess this up. You just can't. You get one shot, one person to go and get. These are the things that I'm looking at. But keep in mind that the more rare the position is, the more you're going to pay. Who are you willing to get in bed with? Get all muddy and dirty with? Who is it? Thundercunt said he wants this. He wants Trayvon effing Walker. I got some DJ Charks in here. Okay. Whoever the guy you're willing to get in bed with, keep in mind, you get one shot because you got options now. Another team has entered your arena, and it's game time. If it's a must, grab one big name, it's Harold Landry. It's not a must, then no one. I'm just saying, if you have to get one, you get one shot. Because many of the people that I saw in the chat who was named that comment on the comment section on the post and stuff, they are screaming names that are no longer available, making them more and more what do I want to use? Making them more and more rare. Prices is driving up for Marcus Williams as we speak. Are you ready to get in bed with him? You're going to get in bed with him and Tracy Walker. That sound good to you? Not to mention, you had 3 things that happened today that helps the Lions. Aaron Rodgers goes nuts, asks for the farm, the city, the moon, the sun, and the mountains. You'd have thought he was babyface. Then they turn around and franchise tag Devontae Adams. And I'm going to tell you right now, y'all may not see it coming, but I see a reunion with family. I see Asimquad, whatever his damn name, Saint Asimquad, however you pronounce it, Equanius, whatever his name. I see Amon-Ra St. Brother getting picked up by the Lions. Won't be the first time we've managed to keep family together. I think the Lions are going to target him heavily and kick the tires on him because Randall L. believes that there ain't a receiver he can't teach. But you get one shot. I'm already at 52. Who's the one guy you selling your soul for? This is the year where the Lions can change it all. The Lions can have that Bengal season. And the other part that we're not talking about, because I told you if I got a thumbnail, I'm probably going to talk about it, is if you're paying attention, the Lions brought back Josh Reynolds on a 2-year, $12 million deal. And before y'all get into the attitudes of $12 million for 2 years, $6 million a year, we paid more than that. Okay? We paid more than that to freaking Danny Amendola. Do not be shocked. At least this $12 million is incentive-based as hell. We just flat out gave it to Danny Amendola. And they gave him this deal after he came here on a $1.75 million deal? Whereas Danny Amendola just raped the hell out of us repeatedly with big deals. So before you go down that road to want to talk about, oh yeah, $12 million for 2 years, remember what you paid Danny Amendola. Remember when I lost my mind screaming, we have lost it with this Danny Amendola deal. I'm just pointing it out. His stuff is incentive-based. But what that tells me is the Lions are directly building a team so that they can plug and play a quarterback, but it's also related to them building a team for Jared Goff. They went back out, got Josh Reynolds. And this is probably the big name that we probably shocked about. Nope. What other big name they're going to go and get? You gonna go get Juju Smith-Schuster? I mean, who's the other big name receiver? So for me, the reality is so distorted to where I start to see now that the stars are lining up for the Lions. Brandon Anderson says, ain't no one person going to fix this. We need depth and the difference makers at multiple positions. I agree. But what we can't do is become the Dallas Cowboys of the NFC North. We can't sit here and have a bunch of talent and no coach and just constantly come up short over and over. We can't. We cannot do it. We got to be better than that. B.D. Buster, are we going to release Flowers? I believe we are. And this is the other part of that Bulgarians makes a good point about. If he gets the full $12 million, that means he did work. Exactly. In other words, it's still a contract that say he has to earn it. He has to earn it. They're still sticking to the formula. It works. But I think everything is lining up in such a way that the Lions can turn this around immediately. The schedule is not supposed to be as harsh, even though I didn't think last year's schedule was harsh. I just thought we just couldn't finish games. This is supposed to be even better. I'll judge that when I know when we play. Right? And then on top of that, you got to keep in mind that the Lions are still making claims that they're going to bring in a big name player. The only player they can bring in that would make me go, hell yes, is Deshaun Watson. You bring in Deshaun Watson, I don't care if you get the second overall pick. I don't really care. But if you go out and you give big money to Allen Robinson because he's a hometown guy, yeah, I want to throw up in my throat and choke on it. Because at this point, you're taking a 29-year-old receiver, paying him big money, and you can just draft you one at a much better cost and have him for 5 years instead of 2 or 3. So just putting that out there. If the Lions do draft an interior lineman and he doesn't start, would y'all be mad like Levi, or be okay because Levi might tear it up this year and have a sweet? I don't want them taking any player who doesn't start. This is Luke speaking. Luke can't speak for everybody else. I don't want them taking any player that does not start. If the Lions end up with 5 to 6 players in the top 50, they all need to be on the damn field. Period. Adam Bukar said the big name player is Marcus Williams from the Saints. I thought they was more tailoring it towards receiver, but if that's the big name player, okay. Mike says bring in Nathan Peterman. Mike, you hungry? You not yourself right now. It's been a long day. I know the work hours you had to go on to the network and everything. It's been a long day. You ain't yourself right now. Derek Barnes did not start. I know, and I was irritated as hell about it. Sitting up here watching Ellis Anzalone and Jamie Collins waste away talent opportunities. It's ridiculous. We don't need to pay Marcus Williams $16 million a year. Oh, you think it's gonna be $16 million? Let's just look at this. It's gonna be more now that he's become the hot name. All the people that they just signed, he moves up, which means his value moves up. It's gonna be more than $16 million. I would be shocked if they got him for $16 million. Yeah, Mike need a Snickers real bad. He he's not himself. He's just not himself. But he does say that they need to sign Jack Fox. I think Jack Fox is 100% staying home. I don't think he's going nowhere. You know, I just don't think he's going nowhere. Crimson Shadow says, I feel like Allen Robinson will be Griffin all over again. No, because when we traded for Griffin, I was like, he getting cut anyway, so why trade for him? If you're talking about that guy. You know what I'm saying? If the Lions go edge first with the second pick going, best D tackle would be like drafting a tight end if they went quarterback buddy system. I don't know. I just don't know if I feel like I started my morning early and end late, long days. I see. I don't know if I can. I mean, if they took a D tackle, I would be shocked. You still got Pennicini, you still got Levi, you still got Aleem McNeil. Seriously, who will you bring? Like, this whole Jordan Davis talk is laughable to me. I hate to say it. You know, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, Crimson says Derek Barnes was limited in his development. And that's true. Like, I just don't get it. Adam, that usually helps. Yeah. Let me see. What else we got? I'm trying to make sure I don't miss nobody's comments. Don19 said Deshaun Watson really Luke. I don't know about that. Yes. If this is how I look at it. If they got all this evidence to suggest that he did something wrong and committed a crime, why he ain't been charged or he ain't locked up? What's going on? You got all the evidence you need. You got multiple people watch out for him and all this other stuff. Why he ain't locked up? That's why his lawyer is like, look, you are affecting my client's ability to make money. Let's bring this alone. If they got proof, bring it here so we can see and we can talk about it. But we're not going to get that. Adam Buchart says you have 8 to 10 million in Hamilton, or you can have 12 to 14 in Marcus Williams. Move that up to 16 to 18. Somewhere in that area. But 3 things happen. And I'm going to keep going through showing you because I still want my answers on who is the one guy you willing to sell your soul for in free agency. You want to go out and get Marquez Valdez-Scantling? Cool. Go and get him. I don't know how the Packers going to do it. So if you want to go and get them and let him stick it to his old team, fine. Do it. I'm for it. I know I'm gonna get some Justin Reed lovers. He's just been a little. I think he's closer to the Antonio Brown situation than he is to a guy who wants to still play long. He's very interesting to say the least. But so far we at 68. And I ain't got enough names on who y'all willing to sell the soul to, because even the free agency does not lend itself to what the Lions need, but it can do enough to help them. There's a few players that they can get in this RAM that you will go, okay, I'm cool with that. Plus, with the way the draft is set up, you can really solve a lot of problems this year. Just putting it out there. Need another tight end? You like OJ Howard? Want to bring Sue back, even though I don't think Sue would ever come here? You know, he going to tax you if you do. One person. 3 things happened today. Russell Wilson gets traded to the Denver Broncos, pending he passes the physical, and I don't see a reason why he wouldn't. You got another trade partner. Aaron Rodgers goes nuts and asks for everything. Then they franchise tag Devontae Adams. Now you got a team that got to contend with balancing out their stuff. You get one of them. And I'm almost at the end of this list. Even with me showing it, I'm not seeing a lot of names pop up. I'm not seeing a lot of people be like, oh, I want this guy. With Njoku getting franchise tag, he off the list. You want to go out there and sell your soul for Marcus Mariota? I wouldn't, but if you wanted to, that's your business. Who was the guy? Who is it? There go your 101 rank according to NFL.com. Who's your guy? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So when Izzy77 come up and say bump it, just go out and get Harold Landry, then draft Kyle Hamilton. Cool. I can't kill him for that. Mars Moon says bring Quandre Diggs back. I don't know if he'll want to come back. Yeah, I'm with you on this one. Thank you for crippling your team. Thank you. Brandon Anderson says Marcus is a top safety on the market, and the salary cap went up $27 million. So yes, he's going to be getting paid as a top safety in the league, $14.5 million minimum, but more likely $16 million a year. I mean, just the franchise tag I think on safeties might be like 16. I can't remember. Let me just double check. It's better to double check than to guess. Oh, so it's at 12. Okay, so I don't even think he takes 14. I still think he's gonna be around 16 to 18 because once you get past him in terms of the safety, who else is there left? Seriously. If you look at the thing right now for safeties, who is once you get past him, Xavier Woods, if you like him, see, I never liked him when he was on the Cowboys. But if you believe in him, Anthony, I ain't gonna kill you. Especially if you can do it for cheap. I wanted the Lions to draft Anthony Barr, bring him here for his final year and teach the guys around him would be sweet. I think, Rob, we want to move away from the idea that every person we bring in want to spend time teaching somebody else to take their job. They want a paycheck too. And it ain't their job to teach. You have to have somebody who's humble enough to admit their careers at the end to want to do that. And I don't think that Anthony Barr thinks his career is at the end. But I do want to hear from you. I want to hear from you out there in the chat. Because I want you to understand that 3 things went down today that set the Lions up for a big opportunity. None of the things that happened are directly related to the Lions, but they set it up in a way. Aaron Rodgers basically puts his team on skates. I don't know how in the hell they're going to make anything work at the franchise tagging Devontae Adams and signing Aaron Rodgers to that deal. I do not know how they survive this. I don't. The Seattle Seahawks are now in the mix. I see you at Go Lions. I appreciate your support, my man. You have been a sub since day one. Shout out to the subs and the followers, man. Y'all rock. Bold prediction. Quandre Diggs signs with Detroit Lions 3-year deal. I would be shocked. But if we're doing that, then I'm definitely saying just go out and get Kyle Hamilton. I just don't get it. Somebody asked me, do I believe that Kyle Hamilton is better than Jamal Adams coming out of college? Yes. Because Jamal Adams, in my opinion, is a box safety with the ability to be the one high safety, but he's a box safety. He's more of a linebacker than he is a safety in most cases. With Hamilton, I'm going to get more range. And I think Adams is a phenomenal player. That's just my view. You can shoot me on it. I get it. Marcus Willis says, if we would just turn Okudah to a safety and draft Hamilton, our need would be solved. He's going to come to that conclusion. They're going to give him a shot at corner, but I believe he will eventually come to the conclusion that he's a damn safety. And when he comes to it, he won't be here on the Lions. It'll be another team who's going to tell him, hey, it's either slot corner or safety. You pick your poison. So just putting it out there. Let me see what else we got in here. Another thing I had to touch on because this jumped up to me. I seen a lot of people at this damn combine and after some of the news is broke, all of a sudden go crazy, want to put quarterback at 2, want to talk about Trayvon Walker at 2. Can we stop it? Seriously, can we stop it? There is no reason for this. There's no reason for this. Rod Swift says, Luke, would you agree that Hamilton's weakness is his ability to cover the slot? I mean, yeah, they can beat him sometime, but I'm not looking for him to do that too much. If you're talking about covering the slot in terms of them running a lot of the end routes, yeah, he's gonna have that as a weakness. But he plays smart, and he's a gambler who's willing to take the gamble. But if you back him up and let him be free to roam, yeah, I think we'd be all right. Also, if you are in here, we got up to 84. Hit that like button for me. Is that the only reason I didn't say best is because I think Hamilton will be an all-pro, and 1 or 2 of those receivers are going to be damn good. I'll take it. J-Ron Curse. Is he a free agent, Luke? I would resign him. Glenn could do wonders with him. Wasn't he already a Lion? I feel like he was already a Lion with us, like with Dan Campbell. I could be wrong. He might have been a Lion with Patricia, but I felt like he was already a Lion. I could be wrong. What up, though, Malik? Taking Hamilton, in my opinion, is dumb as F. Positional value is important. What is positional value? What is that? I don't know what that is. What is positional value? If I draft Ray Lewis at 2 and he still end up being Ray Lewis, or who's talking about the draft value? I got a Hall of Fame linebacker. If I take Ed Reed or Troy Polamalu at 2 or first overall, and he's a Hall of Fame player who was impacting the league in all sorts of ways, who's talking about value? You know what positional value get? You know what that positional value gets you? It gets you the Green Bay Packers taking a guy who looks like the wrestling man from Toy Story, and the Lions having an opportunity to snag Barry Sanders right behind that pick. And when the Lions did it, they were said to be crazy and delusional and reached. Now, what a great pick. I don't subscribe to a lot of those generic views, because what is positional value? If you got the pick right, no one cares. No one cares. Peyton Manning struggled heavily when he first came into the league. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. No one cares. The pick was right. Jamarcus Russell was supposed to be the next big thing. He bummed out. What a bad time. Ryan Leaf was can't miss. Courtney Brown can't miss. And when you look at those, people like Jason Smith, who goes out and destroy the combine, and everybody goes nuts, and he gets taken. And it's the wrong pick. Was it great positional value? Who cares? I'm just asking the questions. And if the draft is a crapshoot, then positional value is out the window for me. Because whether you get them first overall or a pick 200, 300, whatever you want to do, guess what? They need to be the right pick. They need to perform. And then there's those guys who go undrafted who come in and perform. But positional value to me doesn't mean nothing. Rod Swift and Mars Moon says he was on the team. I thought he was here before. I thought he was. Says he ain't using right. He played well in Dallas last year. Well, we had to play him in the same role, and I don't know if we're going to do that. Luke, you're going to hate me for my answer, who I would give my life up for in free agency. Oh, shit. Malik, you finna set the world on fire. Don't do that. It says, sure, if you draft a Hall of Fame player, then okay. It doesn't. If you draft an All-Pro, it's gonna be okay. When they took Eric Berry 5th overall, ain't nobody complaining about that. He performed immediately and gave you everything he could. Nobody's gonna complain about that. If a team could go back and take Charles Wilson, and no, I'm getting that type of play, who cares? The pick has to be right. I don't care about positional value. I don't. And I'm not coming at you, Thundercut. I'm just saying. He says positional value has to do with where you allocate your resources. There are so many studies looking at how teams allocate their money. And guess what? The best allocation at valuable position. There's a lot of teams that try to copy other teams and it don't work. The Patriot way. It's been failing ever since they tried it. That's why people are starting to abandon it. You still got a few people who think the Patriot way can work. I don't care. I don't care about this stuff, because that's subscribing to things that we really don't know why we're subscribing to it. They can look at all that. It doesn't matter if the pick is right. I don't care who you take. We took Jeff Okudah the 3rd overall. Are you feeling good about that? Was that great positional value? My man's Rick Keefe says Malik Wills will be a good quarterback for us, Luke. Well, I don't have to worry about that now, because we're not taking him. So it don't matter. You may end up getting the Seattle Seahawks to want to trade up with you to 2 to get him. But I know one thing, I ain't got to worry about the Lions taking him. Yay. I don't know how he could be a great quarterback for us if he's not playing. He's not starting. And I believe that the first 5 picks need to be on the field. Especially for the Lions this year, because you got to think who the first 5 picks are. You're talking about a first, a second, and 2/3. How can they not be on the field? Just saying. And Then Thundercut Smith. If you want to talk, I'll bring you in here. You can break it down. I don't mind disagreeing. This is an open forum. Feel free to tell me I'm batshit crazy. Seriously. Detroit D in the building says, "What up, Luke? Check your Instagram." I sure will. I don't think Brad Holmes care about positional value. No, he can't. He took 2 D tackles back to back. He can't care. He was willing to trade up for Sewell, and it took what's my man name? Dorsey to calm him down. Then he's finna trade up for Levi, and Dorsey calmed him down. No, he don't care about no positional value. He want players. He wants players. And that makes sense. That's what it is. Positional value is one of the dumbest things ever. I don't know what it is. The Lions do have a way. It started with Dan Campbell. The Lions historically have thumbed their noses at positional value. Okudah is a great example. Okudah is an example of drafting for need. And it's also an example of letting dead man walking make a draft pick. They knew they was going to fire Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia. You should have just did it sooner. We could have started this rebuild way sooner. We would have had a better draft. We wouldn't have had as many people leave. We wouldn't have to have you on TV covering your face in shame as we get destroyed on Thanksgiving. Okudah wasn't a positional value pick. It was a need. A positional value pick would have been taking the safety, Isaiah Simmons, who can play safety and linebacker, or taking somebody who can change the forces of your team. Okudah was never going to be that. The learning curve for a corner is too damn high. That's all it was. It was dead man walking, making picks. But make no mistake, the Lions are directly designing things to suit Jared Goff, because the Lions really don't want to look for a quarterback. And the moment they brought back Josh Reynolds, I already knew what time it was. I don't have to worry about a quarterback being taken in the first 3 picks. I don't got to worry about it. Praise the Lord. I don't got to worry about it, because they're directly doing things to show that Jared Goff is a good quarterback. I'm just putting it out there. All right, I'm at the 57-minute mark. I'm going to drop the link for people to come in and chat and state their case with me. Anybody can hop in. You just hop in. All you need is internet in your phone or a tablet or a computer. You hop in. I'm gonna give y'all like 2 minutes apiece because we kind of got long yesterday, and we talked this ball. You know, we talked this ball. Shout out to my co-hosts, William Burst and my man's over there, Lions Rumble 81. All right, but I'm gonna drop this thing in the chat. If you ain't hit that like button for me, please do so. It does go a long way, people. I appreciate it. I usually forget to say it because I don't really get caught up in it, but hey, why the hell not? We here. We definitely here. But this is y'all's chance. This is your opportunity to check me. Feel free. You don't like what I said? Come in and tell me I'm an idiot. No hard feelings. Seriously. That's all it is. You don't like something I said? You think I don't lost my damn mind? You want to get it off your chest? This is your opportunity. James Tanksley says, Lou G, do you think Jared Goff will have impact this year? Yes. Because they are going to do things the Lions way. And the Lions way has always been the same. Go back to when we were winning. We were running the ball. We were running the ball and we were playing defense. We had a stud on every level. One on the D-line, one at linebacker, one at safety. That's what we had. That's what it should have been. But again, keep in mind, your options in free agency is getting real low. We got our first guest that jumped in. I'm going to get him on the show. I know he's finna come with some wild stuff, but I'm ready for it.
Hello?
Malik. Here we go. Malik.
All right, so I was coming I was coming to say the person who I would give my life up for in free agency is Allen Robinson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please bow your head as we pray for this good brother here. Dear Almighty Power above, please help him come back to his senses. What is going on? Why, of all the people, Allen Robinson? What does he bring to this team that you think is going to be instant help?
You hear me?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I just put in my headphones. I would give Allen. I would get Allen Robinson because he brings the deep threat to our team. That's what we need, another deep threat receiver. So that would give us a good receiving core. Because look at what he's done when he's got a good quarterback and is healthy. He's a 1,000-yard receiver, proven many a times.
Listen, positional value is a difference between misery and it's a huge difference. I'm just saying, I think if you want to do it, I see you in the back, Rick. Don't go nowhere now. All right. And I saw you, Rob, but you dipped on me. What happened, brother? Get back here. I want to talk to you. All right. I get your idea for doing it. You want the deep threat, but let me ask you a question. How much money is it going to cost to get Allen Robinson at 29 years old? How much you think it's going to cost?
How much I think it's going to cost?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably going to be in the same ballpark where probably like Josh Reynolds. It will be in the same ballpark as probably with Josh Reynolds.
Okay, you think we're going to get? Okay, first of all, let me just tell you, if we can get Allen Robinson for 2 years, $12 million, all incentive based, Brad Holmes is a voodoo doctor. Okay, if he can pull that off, that's a bad man. But I'm telling you right now, I don't know if that's gonna work. But if it does, I would be shocked, bro. I would be shocked.
But before I go, look at it like this. Allen Robinson, he like the years before last year, he had good season, but you also got to look at last season. It's also what you've done in the past and what have you done recently. So last season going to knock his price tag down a little bit. That's the main thing. Last season he gonna have to knock it down because they're gonna be like, all right, well last year you ain't looking like how you looked in the last 3 or 4 years before that.
I think right now the market is dictated by demand and need. And when the demand is high and the need is low, the cost goes up. But I do appreciate you when you come through, brother. As always, you got the beard looking all shiny and everything. I appreciate you, good sir. I'm going to have to get to the next person, though, all right?
All
right. Next up, we have my man, Rick Keith is in the building. New to the show. He came in ready to probably disagree with me. I'm ready for it. Go ahead. Give me that ass whooping. Take it on.
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? What you got for the show?
You know, what I got is, man, Malik Willis, man. You need to get him, bro.
Why? Tell me why. Man. Tell me why.
Yeah. Because Tim Boyle is trash.
Well, he a free agent. So Tim Boyle is the free agent, so you don't got to worry about him.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still waiting on to hear why we should take Malik Willis. Other players being trash don't mean nothing. Tell me why we need to take. Tell me what is that Malik Willis is going to bring us this year.
Well, I mean, he's going to bring us. He's going to bring us something that we never had before, man. He's going to bring us speed, running off the pocket, all that good stuff that Jared Goff can do. We need speed, like Motor City Sports Talk was saying, though, like we need speed across the field. Speed.
Okay. So I noticed that when you was talking about Malik Willis, you talked about the ability for him to run. I didn't hear nothing about his throwing. I didn't hear nothing about his football acumen in terms of IQ and understanding where the ball needs to go in his read. I didn't hear anything about his leadership qualities. I heard you tell me about his running ability. That sounds like a running back to me. Why I can't just go out and get a Kenneth Walker to add to the mix, or just say, you know what, I'll add a Leonard Fournette to the mix as well. If we just worry about running the ball, why not go get a running back?
I mean, Malik Willis, man, he he got speed though, and he do got IQ. He do got IQ though. He got a good arm.
Okay, does Malik Willis does he play this year?
No, not this year. I'll let them Jared Goff teach him, let him sit and learn.
So you think Jared Goff, who wants to badly be a starting quarterback in this league, is going to teach somebody else to take his position?
Yeah.
Let me ask you another question. Do you believe that the Lions have the ability to take a luxury pick like Malik Willis?
Yeah. Okay.
So. Listen, if you believe that, I can't kill you for that, right? I can't. If you believe that, I don't believe it. And the reason I don't believe it is because he's not going to play this year. And we need people who can be on the field. If the argument that people made was we didn't have talent, even though I think it was more so a matter of just injuries that killed us, not outside of talent. But if the argument is we don't have talent, let's get more people. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question, man. What you think about Jared Goff right now?
I hate him.
Think he can actually bring us to the promised land?
No, I don't think he's going to bring us to the promised land. But is he good enough to get you into a playoff game and win a playoff game? Absolutely. And am I a fan of him? No. If you watch me long enough, you know I am consistently I'm consistently waving the white flag on Jared Goff. Okay. I gave him a chance. I said, everybody hold off. Don't go crazy. Get a man a chance, a little bit of a chance to come in here and take a snap first. Well, I seen enough damn snaps to know I'm not a super fan of him. However, I also know that a guy named Eric Kramer took a team to the playoffs. A guy named Trent Dilfer delivered a Super Bowl for the Ravens. Brad Holmes delivered it for the Buccaneers. I don't need a big name player. And at the end of the day, out of all the quarterbacks I named, who was the quarterback that was super mobile who won a Super Bowl in the last 10 years? You can't say Cam Newton because he choked and then he wanted to jump on his own fumble. So who's the guy that we're taking? You see what I'm saying? I'm just looking at it from that standpoint that if you're taking Malik Willis and he's going to start, great. But if you're taking Malik Willis and he got to sit, I'm not with that. Not second overall. I'm not taking a pick second overall to sit. That's just me.
Yeah, true. That's true. But that's actually the best way to do it though, man. Let him sit though. That's what you really do though. Like,
but you do that in favor of letting them sit to be on a team that's ready to go.
Yeah, true.
You see what I'm saying? How many people are taking first and second overall that's sitting?
Yeah, true.
It's been a while since we've been seeing stuff like that. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate you, Rick, for coming through, brother. Please don't go nowhere. I hope you stay in the chat and keep talking. But I ain't mad at you. If you want Malik, Willis, I ain't mad at you. I want starters. I want people who are gonna play right now.
I mean, Kyle Hamilton. He'll be a great pick too, though. Like if we can get him, and then we can get Malik Willis, I'm all for it.
Yeah, but see, I don't want Malik Willis because in them first 5 picks, I need 5 starters, and Malik Willis ain't gonna be one of them starters. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of dropped the ball at. Again, I appreciate you for coming through, Keith. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the next people, brother. Stay in the chat and stay subscribed up, man. Have some fun with us, man.
Oh yeah, man.
All right,
no problem.
Look, I ain't mad at them, people. I'm not. I see y'all in the back, gentlemen. Don't go nowhere, but I ain't mad at him. You know what I'm saying? If he believes that Malik Willis is somebody worth drafting second overall and having him sit, I ain't mad at him. I said, Brad, you know what I was talking about with the Buccaneers, though. All right, you knew what I was talking about. All right. I hope. Look, Thunder Smith, come in here and talk, man. Let's talk about it. Next up, we got my man's D-Map Zoom in the building. What up, though, bro?
Oh, man, what's going on with you? How you been?
Man, not much. What you got for me? Go ahead and yell at me. You disagree? Agree?
Come on, man. Like, I'm really going to yell at you, man. You my guy. I was say I don't got a problem. I was like, well, you be speaking nothing but facts. I'm trying to figure out why you got freaking subscribers talking about getting a freaking 29-year-old receiver, paying them almost $20 million, and then trying to get Malik Willis, knowing dang well we don't need a quarterback that high.
Well, I mean,
that's what I'm trying to understand.
I just want I just want my 5 starters. I'm not asking for much. I'm not being greedy. I want 5 starters. If I'm taking 2 picks at the first, I'm taking a pick in the second, and 2 picks in the third, I want them on the field.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna say I just need some dogs on this squad. I'm gonna say, trust me. I will
and
be
go
happy.
Go back to last year. Go back to last year. Tell me our first round pick, second round pick, and third round pick didn't get on the field. Tell me they got on the field.
Yep.
They played.
Now
the third round pick. Let me make sure I do this right. The third round pick got hurt, which I believe that was iffy.
Yeah, he was good too. He was playing, but he had an injury. They hampered him.
If he got hurt, but Aleem McNeil played and started. Levi got hurt, but when he came back, he played and got some starts. And obviously Sewell played. I'm just saying I want them guys. So I'm not killing them. But what you got for the show, bro?
I say, man, I just came here and talk. I'm about to say I just need some dogs. I don't need no freaking dumb picks. I don't want why people keep suggesting that we're gonna take a quarterback with the number 2 pick. Like, what?
Well, some people like my co-host William Burks, who's out here trying to apply himself in school. Shame on him. I'm just joking. He says, Luke, if you don't think golf can get us to the promised land, then you get a quarterback. Well, I don't think Malik
not in this draft class.
I don't think Malik Willis will get us to the promised land.
What the hell we gotta get a quarterback in this draft class? Like this draft class is no offense to the quarterbacks. You're not that guy. Like, it ain't really that dude where it's like, yes, I must trade up to get him. I want to give up 2-3 picks to get there to get him.
Exactly.
We don't have that. Like, but golf, unfortunately, we still stuck with him for another year regardless because of that contract. Now, after this year, yeah. But now, no. Like, why? We need to solidify our team, build our foundation. Our defense needs the most help, and we in the draft where it has a lot of good defensive players. Come on.
And plus, you got to keep in mind, if the idea is to take a guy who's going to sit on offense, and if you were to look at it, the offense does need help, right? But let's be honest, the defense needs prayer. Help and prayer is two different things.
The Holy Ghost, you name it. We need all the help we can get on defense. It's like, man, injuries, everything. It's like offense is like probably what need like 1 or 2 guys, a receiver, maybe another line. Well, actually, no, not a lineman. I would say pretty much honestly a receiver don't really, because all linemen are pretty much solidified. We got those locked down.
Yeah, and I don't see a reason for it. Kadeem Moore, shout out to you, sir, for jumping in. He says, Ryder is the quarterback at 34. I mean, I just want starters. If you take a quarterback after the first 5 picks, I can care less.
Like if they do decide to get a quarterback, because do we even have a backup quarterback now? I think about it. Or did we let both of them go?
No, they both free agents, but guess what? You can also still find that backup later. It doesn't like it's a backup. Like we're not finna go crazy over here.
Yeah, trust me. I would say that they start drive one like with the later round picks. I don't mind. Like, you trying on the first 5 picks? No, just no. You need dogs, the guys that are going to play in the beginning, like once the season starts. Like the quarterback is not that important right now.
Rick Keefe says our defense wasn't bad last year with Aaron Glenn. No, but guess what? When you're picking people up off the streets on the corner and you're not paying them for it, yeah, it's rough.
Dude, it's still crazy how decent our defense was with the guys we had.
Listen,
we was able to sit here and put a beat down on freaking Arizona of all teams.
We were so riddled with injuries that they managed to take Will Harris from safety and use him as an outside corner. Like they was
putting in work, surprisingly.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. And again, keep in mind, I personally want the 5 starters. If they take a quarterback, to me, it's a waste of a pick because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. They're going to take another quarterback the next draft.
Pretty much, because they realize that quarterback ain't all that.
And so at that point,
a high draft pick again.
And at that point, if you're drafting a backup high,
no. We already had it. We already had that with freaking Jeff Okudah. I ain't got nothing against Okudah or anything, but of course, me and you obviously wanted Simmons because that was that dude. And they sat here and took Okudah because they're trying to save their job. Freaking Quin. Let's not even go there.
Yeah,
I'm not even go there. Ain't no point.
Adam said y'all tripping about taking any quarterback with the 30th ranked defense.
I'm telling you,
It's not,
it's like they wilding. I don't know. If freaking Brad Holmes out of his mind decided to take a quarterback with second round pick. I'm running that fade and then some.
Shout out to my man.
With pitchfork.
Shout out to my man. Sports Game. He says Packers are spending $70 million on 2 players. Yes.
Yeah, they're idiots.
Yes. Keep it coming. I want it all.
Packers pretty much just screwed themselves with that. They ain't signing Rodgers. They're better off just trading him and let him go. They could have did the same thing with that freaking Russell Broncos did with getting Wilson. Like, come on, they was freaking dumb. They desperate.
And that's the reality of it. Elijah Hannah says if you gotta have a quarterback, then take Zappy super late in the draft. I don't do that.
Hey, I won't mind it.
Do that. I just need my 5 starters first.
Anyway.
Give me my 5 starters first.
Please. Like long as you get the guys that we know gonna be starting next year, it's like get those first, and then it's like I'll rather later picks. It's like whatever. Hey, we're gonna see what works.
Right. Psycho Lion fan says build a team so down the road you can mortgage the future when we are ready. I like that way of thinking.
I'm so happy we got subscribers who got common sense. So like some other guys who I've been wondering what the hell they smoking on.
So what else you got for me? I mean, obviously you got the Seattle Seahawks, who I believe enters the Ram for trade because I think they're going to try to find their quarterback of the future, and they're okay going into the season with Drew Lock. And they could end up potentially trying to trade up with us to 2, thus giving us the pick that Denver had at 9, so that way that they could turn around and Lions go to 9. If what do you think about that? I
ain't gonna lie, that's actually pretty nice, but I think about the other team though. Ain't most of the other teams in the top basically looking like at linemen and whatnot. I know Jags, people saying they're gonna take a defensive edge. I'm like, don't they need linemen?
If they don't take a lineman,
they're idiots.
Okay, first of all, I forgot who their head coach is. It's gonna come to me in a minute. But if they don't take a lineman,
Trevor Lawrence gonna get killed.
I don't know how that coach can keep his job, and the general manager should be fired immediately.
Yeah, I'm like they need a lineman. I'm about to say shoot, just like Cincinnati. It's like, they got to the Super Bowl where by taking Jamar Chase, it's like in the end, all offensive line was the reason why they lost.
Yep. Shout out to John Stone, says, what up, Luke? Love the content. Appreciate it, sir. I really do it for you. I'm not making this up. I enjoy talking to y'all. That's why I make it open so y'all can jump in here and talk with me.
It's always fun.
And cuss me out. It's all good.
Oh, man.
What trade would you do with Jared Goff for Washington Redskins? Oh, you know what? They're not even the Redskins anymore. The hell, the Commanders. That's what threw me off. I'm like, the Redskins, the Commanders. But what trade would I do with them? For Jared Goff, give me Chase Young and you know what? I would be selfish. I would say give me Chase Young and Montez Sweat. And you can take Jared Goff off my hands.
I'm down with that.
And if the argument is, well, no, we're only giving you Chase Young for the quarterback, then we done talking. Because I'm at that point at 2, you're gonna have to draft a quarterback. And at that point, I would be okay because he would be a starter.
Yeah, that's true.
What else you got for us, D-Map?
Actually, no, that's really it. It's just great to talk to you again. Been a while.
I know, man. You been MIA. I'm like, where he been? He ain't jumped in on nothing. I'm trying to figure out what's up.
I've been on that grind, man.
I ain't mad at you, man. Get that money, man. Hey, what can I say? I'm gonna go ahead and get you up out so I get the next person in. Again, no the link in the description. You click on it. Come in, talk your talk. This is an opportunity for you to say what you got to say. Ask me any question. You can put it in the chat. I'll answer as many questions as I'm going. I appreciate you for coming through, D-Map. As always, it's a pleasure, sir.
All right, man.
All right. We got another guy in the back. I'm gonna bring him on in and get right to it. My man Ghost Gunner. What up, though? Gunner.
I didn't even let you finish the name yet. I already knew I was coming in.
I know, bro. I feel like you've been back there seething at some of the things you're hearing. How were you feeling with the Seattle Seahawks now possibly being a new trade partner? In my opinion, because to me, when they did that made them a trade partner, right? They now got the 9th pick overall in the draft. Lions move back 7 spots, can still grab an impact player at linebacker. Hell, can even still get George Karlaftis to get you that pass rush you're looking for. You now
I don't
have
think I don't
options.
think Karlaftis is going to be there.
I don't think he's gonna let that alone either. But hey, who am I? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what the hell happened? It got loud. I was like, what happened?
Oh yeah,
The Jags just franchise tagged the tackle. They can't take one. Head coach Doug Peterson. That's his damn name, Doug Peterson. They listen. I know they franchise tagged that tackle. They need somebody else. I hate to say it.
Robinson trash.
And he didn't have a lot of protection, bro. He was again, man. I'm gonna leave it alone. There are great quarterback development guys who would give us good backups in the draft. Ellaby, Glassy, Perry. That's where we should be this year with quarterbacks.
Might be able to get those guys in undrafted.
It's gonna be interesting. What do you got for the show, bro?
Can you bring that free agency thing up again?
Yes. Yep.
Because you know the one guy I wanted, he got paid. So I'm a little disappointed by that. Not going cap. I didn't think he's gonna get paid that much, so I ain't gonna lie.
Well, you know, the Mike Williams would have been nice.
I like Mike Williams.
It would have been nice, but you know we wasn't finna spend that money. Come on.
Yeah, I mean not for a damn receiver.
All right, I'm at one. Where you?
All right, just scroll down. You know, we ain't getting him. You know, he ain't going nowhere. He's stuck there. That he's gonna cost way too much.
Yeah,
we don't need a tackle. He gone. He gone. Sad face.
$50 million 3 years. Ooh.
I don't want to pay that much for Von Miller. Kind of old. I think Davis is overrated.
I agree.
I ain't gonna. I like Chandler Jones, but I think he might cost too much.
He might come a little cheap. It's gonna be a 1 year deal.
Would you kick the tires on Tyrann Mathieu?
Nope.
So I wouldn't either.
Because you got to think at this point he had 30, and I can go and get Kyle Hamilton. I can go and get Cena Lewis. I can go and get Brisker. I can go and get some more damn safeties. Nope.
Marcus, he don't cost a lot of money, especially with all these safeties coming off the market.
Nobody. Just look at the free agent right now in terms of this is top 101. How many of them are safeties? This guy, Mason Landry, may not possess any traits that stand out as elite, but he's good at everything and never leaves the field. He has, I mean, that's crazy. He has 3 1,000 snap seasons in a row.
Yeah, if he's staying healthy, you know, can't
That's
knock that.
Crazy.
That is pretty crazy. I wouldn't mind that if the price is right on him, though. OBJ is going to re-sign. He wouldn't want to come here anyways.
Nope, not coming here.
I don't want him. We already got a center. He old. I think Dwayne Brown. He old. 37.
Yeah. Again, keep in mind, I'm showing y'all this to give you the ideas that your options are not what you think they are. Now, keep in mind, you can find an edge rusher in this free agency and not break the bank. You can find it in the draft.
Campbell, he got pretty good. He was pretty good last year.
I'm just saying. Who's the guys left that you're thinking about touching on? Because
Son Reddick might be pretty good. I like Son Reddick. Okay. I kind of wanted him when he was a free agent from the Cardinals. He actually Panthers didn't even pay him that much. I'm pretty sure.
No, they didn't. But I think the difference was he was getting a shot to be in his true position. When he first started out with the Cardinals, they had him at inside. Then they put his hand in the dirt. And every now and then they would let him rush from the outside, so it was kind of dumb. But okay.
See, I wouldn't mind him. Gronk will retire again, let's be honest.
Yeah, Gronk,
I don't know why they even got him on this list. I don't know why.
We tried to trade for the man, and he said
that was stupid. We would not have Frank Ragnow if Bob Quinn made that fucking trade.
Well, luckily we didn't. But so far, have you seen anybody that you want? That you are willing to get in bed with, that you are willing to sell your soul for? Anybody?
So far, not really, man.
Again, as I point this out to people, think about this. If you're stuck at 2.
Oh, I like Christian Kirk. I like him. I don't know if I'd give him a brace truck for him, but I like Christian Kirk.
Okay, so if you like Christian Kirk, that's cool. You got a receiver. Defense still a problem.
I hate Darius Williams. He was. Oh.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure this out. You
remember
him? You remember this guy right here, Evan Ingram? Yeah, he was so fast.
Bro, he should not have. I remember that one year he got to the Pro Bowl. I was like, ain't no way this man got to a Pro Bowl. I like Cordell Patterson. That man gets it to the 40 every time.
Okay, so you want to sign him as a kick and punt returner when he's going to probably get a full chance to go at running back? Okay.
I mean, if he getting this to the 40-yard line every time, I can't hate that.
So what are you looking for at this point? Because right now
I like DJ Shark who you just scrolled over. I like him too. I don't think he'll cost that much.
All right, so you'll take
he's only
him.
25. Yeah, he's only 25.
Okay. Okay. So another receiver. Again, your defense is still ranked 30.
I know. I just saw a guy like Deshaun Elliott from the Ravens.
Okay.
I like him.
Fine.
Although he might get a decent payday though.
He sat out most of last year with a bicep and pectoral injury.
Oh, never mind. Maybe he's not.
I don't really care. I don't, as long as it's healed and he can still play.
You pair him maybe with Kyle Hamilton, might be pretty nice.
They're gonna bring back Tracy Walker. Remember, Jamal Williams let it slip that they're gonna bring him back. So now
he ain't on the team yet.
And this is what I really should do. I put a thing out there. Give me your top 5 players that you don't care what the position is that you will want to see the Lions take in the draft. I'm also do one to say go look at the top 100 free agents and give me 5 players that you want the Lions to sign. I guarantee
you're a Bucs fan. Is Jordan Whitehead good?
I don't like Jordan Whitehead, because I
swear those DBs besides Antoine Winfield got carried by that front side.
Yeah, and they wasn't in position half the time.
That showed this year. That's
why you saw them getting torched left and right, and that's why they free agents.
When teams were able to figure out that pass rush,
and
were able to stop it. Derek Barnett, I heard he might be pretty good.
I mean, he worth kicking the tires on,
But yes, J.R. Curse, yes, he was with Patricia, and we ended up cutting him so he could go to a team that's in the playoffs or whatever.
Okay, I mean, so far, I ain't seeing you falling in love with too many.
Go back up a little bit. That guy Key from the 49ers, he'd be a good depth player. I like him.
Okay, so we got our first defensive selection from you. No, our second.
I ain't even gonna try to pronounce that dude's name right there. Hold on.
We're gonna leave that alone.
We're gonna keep scrolling. I don't even.
I
ain't gonna butcher his name.
I'm just saying. At what point do you start to realize that the need for our safety is greater than I thought? Who you taking?
Ooh, Foye Luokung. I like him. So I can say that name.
All right. So you got a linebacker. Boom. Still got problems in the secondary. Keep going.
I said a couple sales. Bring T. Walker back.
We already know he coming back.
Yeah,
we got him. You got Deshaun Elliott, and you got a linebacker. And is that enough? You feeling good so far? You brought a depth guy in.
So I'll still bring some guys back.
And again, keep in mind, most of these people have been franchise tagging off the market. And we're coming up on the end. You're looking real tight now. Here we go. What are we doing?
Oh yeah, Andy Dalton. Gotta bring him in.
See, this is where people get hung up on for no reason. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean, give him that whatever the hell the vet minimum is. Nah,
I'm just saying.
People, even backup quarterbacks get paid too much, man. He got $10 million with the Bears. No way.
And this is a good point by Looney Tune, who says at Ghostface, and he says people may say, "Oh, Mahomes sat for a year," but they also forget that team came off a divisional title playoff win. I think, yeah, they was 11-5 with Alex freaking Smith.
Yeah,
the team was already good.
They already had a Hall of Fame tight end.
Rob Swift. Rob, get back in here. You was in here and then you jumped out, brother. I want to hear from you now. Come on. All right. This is shout out to my man Mark LeBay. Welcome to the show. He says trade back with Houston or the Jets, pick up another third or fourth, then draft Hamilton. I think the Jets are in love with Hamilton. The rumor is that the Jets are really in love with Hamilton so much that when he went on a podcast, that the fans showed up and had the radio show host tell him that they don't want him taking the safety. That's how much. So if you trade up,
you talking about the head coach?
Yeah, solid. So if you trade back, chances is, you can just go ahead and chalk it up as an L. They're not taking them.
If we do trade back to the Jets, I would rather take only one of their first this year and take their other one from next year.
Yeah,
I don't want both of
them. Joseph says Denver just got. We talked about that. That trade to me opens up another avenue for the Lions to have a trade partner because they'll end up with the 9th pick overall. And if they really want a quarterback, they're gonna have to leapfrog a lot of people because there's some teams ahead of them that I think will take a quarterback. So
Russell Wilson gonna find out it ain't sweet over there in the AFC.
oh man, listen.
That division alone is stupid good with QBs. You got Derek Carr, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and now Russell Wilson. Man, that division gonna be crazy next year. Plus the AFC quarterbacks in general are insane. He would have had a better chance if he got traded to an NFC team.
Psycho Lion fan says 72 in the building. Let's get those likes up. Appreciate you, sir. Please do. Ghostface says exactly 11 allowed. Smith took the Chiefs to the playoffs a couple of times. That team was already good, so plugging Wilson in 2012 and Mahomes in 2018 was a no-brainer. You ain't got to tell me. It says surprise release can still happen. There is some surprise release that can still happen, and I don't know if they're going to be a surprise. Amari Cooper is going to hit the market, and you're going to pay to get him. DeMarcus Lawrence is going to hit the market, and you're going to pay to get him. How's his contract structured? DeMarcus Lawrence. Because would they even save money if they cut him? You know, I would have to go to over the cap and check. I
feel like because they paid him a lot of money.
They did pay him a lot of money and got no production for it after he got that paycheck.
They're cap hell right now because
that's why they're cutting everybody
because of Ezekiel Elliott. Because they would cut him. They would cut Zeke if they could.
But they can't. But Zeke's contract is crazy. That contract is crazy. Then you look at the remaining people who got big contracts. Yeah, it's starting. They losing offensive linemen because of this.
So I'll take a swing at Leighton Vander Esch if they cut him.
Well, it is. So is Earl Thomas' career over? I don't know.
He didn't play last year, did he?
Nah, but they brought Eric Weddles back, so ain't no telling. And a lot of teams are scared, you know, given the circumstance. I think a gun got put on him by his wife or something.
Yeah. So he's cheating on his wife.
Would y'all trade for DK? No. Why would you? No trading for receivers when I can just draft one.
As soon as DK's speed falls off, he ain't gonna be good.
Listen, let me see if I can find this. Hold on, let me see if I can find this because I've seen the DK talk come up a few times, right? And to me, it's intriguing because it's like, okay, what we really talking about? What are we really getting for DK Metcalf? A guy who, in my opinion, still drops a lot of damn passes.
He ain't that much of a route runner, is he? He's just fast and big.
He's just fast, yeah.
I think that was probably why AJ Brown got drafted before him.
And AJ Brown is a better receiver than him, in my opinion.
I think so too.
I think he is. All right. So
wait, is Corey Davis a free agent?
Nope.
Damn.
No, wait, hold on, wait.
Because I wasn't sure if he only signed a 1 year deal.
I feel like he signed more than a 1 year deal. All right.
No, it's Jared Davis who signed a 1 year deal. So he a free agent.
So let's just talk about DK Metcalf. All right. How tall is DK Metcalf?
He like 6'3", right?
Okay. 6'3", receiver. And he ran a 4.3 in the 40. Y'all love that 40 time. I know y'all do. Right? A 4.3 in the 40. Matter of fact, I don't even got to tell y'all. I'll just show you. I'll show you for the benefit of you who don't believe. And this is why I laugh, because a lot of it is, I know what somebody's going to say. I know what somebody's going to say. They're going to say, but Luke, we know what he is, Luke. We know what we get out of DK though, Luke. All right. I don't care. All right. I don't. You want to impress me? Okay. Tell me something good that I never heard before. Because yes, you know what you're getting out of him, but I also know what you're gonna have to pay for him. Okay. And when we go through and we look at the reality of a DK Metcalf, right? We're looking at the reality of a DK Metcalf. I'm finna show you why DK Metcalf don't need to be traded for. I'm just gonna show you it. Because there's some things that I think are better left to be shown. You don't have to go crazy. You just have to just know what's happening around here. So DK, make sure I ain't messed this up, people. I don't want nobody to say I'm out here being biased. I'm trying to make sure I get it all right. All right. DK Metcalf is a guy that and also is a diva. He's been feeling himself for a while now. I don't know what the hell wrong with him, but he's been feeling himself for a while. A guy who ran a 4.3 a guy who stands at 6'3". I think he was 200. Let me go back down. No, let me just go down and look at this dude thing. Yeah, okay. So 6'3", 228 pounds when he went to the combine. That's where he was. Oh, you know what? It does help for me to actually put the shit on the screen. Sorry. All right. 6'3", 228 is what he was, right? Ran a 4.3, and that's something so special, right? You got all these beautiful things right here. We can look it up, right? And you just look at the 40-inch broad jump. Well, guess what? Let me introduce you to some options you have. Because the other guy's 6'3", so I mean 1 inch shorter shouldn't kill you. And if it's about the speed, then just take this guy. If you just all about the speed,
Tyquan Thornton.
right? You just all about the speed. Take that guy.
Guy ain't nobody heard of until you ran that 40.
Nobody. Let's go down 3 inches. This is all about the speed. The only reason they're talking about is the speed. Still gonna get him. He still got a faster time than DK. It's all about the speed. I'm just gonna play the game with y'all.
Yeah,
then you got a guy right here who's 1 inch taller, 20 pounds lighter, and 0.3 seconds slower.
This guy that got Trey Lance drafted right there.
Why am I taking DK and I can take this? And he's not gonna cost me nothing. I don't gotta trade nothing. I'm just saying.
We might have to trade something to get him. He might sneak up in the middle of the first round with James Williams getting hurt.
I'm just saying you got options. That's all I'm saying.
He might not be an option.
All right, what else you got for me, Ghost? Because I want to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. What else you got for me?
Shit. Yeah. You talking about Seattle being an option? Who would they trade up for to get?
Seattle?
Yeah.
Quarterback.
Would they need to though?
Malik Willis. You know Pete Carroll ain't never been afraid to take something out of the box, and he likes people who he thinks is out of the box. And if you look at it, Malik Willis will be out of the box. He believes that there's no drop off between Russell Wilson and Malik Willis. I'm gonna get a guy who can still run like Russell Wilson, and who got a big arm. I ain't gonna say he can throw. I ain't gonna lie like that.
Well, they're gonna even give me that first and that second they just got from Denver. They're gonna even get that second from Denver is 40th overall. I'll take that.
I'm just saying, think about it. You're still going to get a guy who is going to be able to come in and help you out. I'm a
pray Karlaftis is there at 9. I don't see it.
I'm just saying you got options. That's all I'm saying.
I'll take him more than Kobe Dean at 9.
I'm just the messenger. I think that the Seattle Seahawks has just become a valuable option for a trade partner. It's only 7 spots, people. 7 spots, and you can get a nice ransom for 7 spots.
I'm just not sitting there listening to offers for Tyler Lockett.
Well, he ain't been staying healthy lately neither, and they just move out the people who stay hurt. That's all it is. But you got anything else, Gunner? I want to make sure I give you your opportunity, sir.
No, I'm good.
I appreciate you for coming through. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up because a brother do got to get up early. I cannot believe that I had the opportunity to not get held over today. Shout out to good fortunes. People, let me do an overall pick. Got Drew Lock at quarterback and maybe looking to take a quarterback and trade up. This is a perfect opportunity for you guys to now have a new trade partner. Somebody who can give you options. Are you taking the trade? Is the question for those who are going to watch this afterwards, and I want comments in the chat. And 2, is it the best offer you can get? Because I don't think that other teams are willing to give their back-to-back firsts up. That 5 and that 7. I don't think they're willing to do it. But if they are, great. Second, the Green Bay Packers have lost their mind and pay Aaron Rodgers $200 million with $153 million guaranteed, as been reported right now. Those numbers could change. And then they turned around after having a little money freed up and franchise tagged a guy for $20 million in Devontae Adams. So essentially, $70 million is wrapped up on 2 players, which means they're going to have to release some people. Then on top of that, the Lions have a favorable schedule coming up, at least in terms of the teams that they're playing win percentage. And if that's not enough to make you excited, if those things have not enough to make you excited, your options in the free agency are dying at the very moment. A lot of people that you like are off the books. Chris Godwin, franchise tag. You wanted them, it's over with. Mike Williams is no longer an option. He has been signed for a 3-year, $60 million deal. And right now, Marcus Williams is probably the number one rated safety in this free agency, and the price tag just went up. Are you willing to pay that? Are you willing to sell your soul to the devil and pay that bill? And you already know they're bringing back Tracy Walker. That's what I went over so far. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Y'all know me. I can't end the show unless I do it on a positive note because I believe that it's enough going out there. Jair Alexander contract has to be approaching too. It is. Good luck with that one. Woo! That's crazy. Seahawks got 2 first, 2 seconds. Lock, Shelby, Fant, and don't forget that 4th or possible 5th. It's a good day, people. It's a good day. Positive quote today comes from an unlikely source. I stumbled upon this and thought, how appropriate. It comes from the one person that is 100%, okay, 100% shocking. The lovable, sweet, yellow bear with the red shirt, Mr. Winnie the Pooh. Yes. Winnie the Pooh says, all days are not good days, but good days are not bad. It's a matter of perspective. Ooh, see, I love this word perspective because too many times we getting caught up in bad perspectives. Did you happen to know that even though today was bad, tomorrow has to be better? And if tomorrow is not better, then the day after that has to be better because you've already experienced the first building blocks to becoming a savage and what's called this thing life. You simply need to understand that every day is not going to be designed for you to be in your best. But what makes you special is when you get up, push through it, take one foot, put it in front of the other, and keep going. Time is the only thing that's guaranteed in this life, and it will pass no matter what happens. You may as well move in a motion that sets you up for success, that puts you in a position to get things done. You have no more time to sit there and wait on things to just come to you. Your power comes in movement. If you can't move your leg, then move your damn arms. And if you can't move your arms, then move your eyes. And if you can't move your eyes, then lift your voice up and be heard. But whatever you do, keep the perspective that things are not going to stay the same. Things are not going to always be in that way. You just simply have to put things in perspective. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for coming in here, hitting the like button, having fun with me, hearing my crazy takes and jumping in the chat and yelling at me and not yelling at me. I appreciate it all. The criticism, the nuts part, all of it all. Every person who commented in the comment section, thank you for having the conversation and doing it respectfully. Thank you for being a part of this show. I appreciate you. I love you. I don't need to know you to love you. I know you're here with me, and you don't know me personally, but you know me enough to support me. That's all I can ask from you. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't do nothing else on this earth, please do your research because I'm out.